Have you ever hurt so bad inside that you wished your pain away? Or wondered how you ever became best friends with the person you call a best friend? Or how the love between a daughter and a father can be lost, but found again? Have you ever really thought about how relationships come to be? How they can blossom and fall apart all at the same time? My name is Stephanie, and I will be telling you about my season, the particulars of relationships. The first play I'm going to be telling you about is a musical called Two Souls and Fairies. Two broken souls simultaneously wish for a better life before falling asleep, and when they awaken, they find themselves in an enchanted forest. This forest is covered in glowing trees and electrifying flowers and all these peculiar little animals. The two unlikely girls find each other, lost and confused, and begin to walk around aimlessly until they find a way out, when suddenly they stumble upon a fairy. The fairy leads them to their home, where she introduces them into their way of life. The fairies teach the girls about life, adventure, and how to seek happiness in the darkest of times. As the show progresses, the girls become close friends, and for the first time in a very long time, the girls find themselves enjoying life and smiling. And once they've reached that true happiness, they are able to return home, where they still remain friends. This is how I would picture the enchanted forest with its glowing trees and electrifying flowers, and how the fairy would look, and the clothing that the girls would wear. There once was a man who fell in love with God and a woman. He married this woman and became a preacher, and they lived happily for years and welcomed a beautiful daughter. No one could deny their unconditional love. But one awful day, the wife passed away, leaving a father and a daughter alone. The father couldn't deal with the heartbreak, so he immersed himself into the church and neglected his household and only daughter. Years passed, and the two lived separate lives until one day, the daughter turns 21, and the preacher realizes he doesn't know who his daughter is. So he tries to get back into her life. But doing so, secrets, pain, hurt, and loss all come out, and the two have to figure out a way to forgive each other and to find a way to love each other again. Most of the story is going to be taking place at the church or at the home, and the daughter will be wearing sundresses because the mother loved to wear sundresses, so in honor of her, and the father will mostly be in suits. Have you ever felt like there was no light left inside of you? Like all the friendships you've ever had and everything that's ever happened have sucked the soul out of you, and you felt so alone that it hurt? Well, this is an avant-garde play. In darkness, there is light. It's a story told in poem, depicting the life of a young lady who feels nothing but emptiness inside. Nothing in her life is going right. She's at a dead-end job. She feels the weight of the world on her shoulders to be something great. And all the while, she has a friend who keeps telling her she needs to change because she's just not good enough. She spirals into a depression so deep she can't seem to get out. Until one day, she decides she can't live this way anymore. So she begins to change things around, searching for the light in the world of darkness. And in the process, she ends up making friends that help her through it. Most of the play she'll be wearing this dress, and then these are the two friends that she meets that help her with her life, and there's going to be a mirror most of the play. There comes a time during the week when you're exhausted, and all you want to do is lounge around with some good friends and have a good laugh. So come take a break with us and watch With the Side of Funny, a comedy that follows a group of servers, an African American who's too focused on school to notice that his Latin coworker, who doesn't take any bull from anyone, is in love with him, a smoky Hispanic whose sarcastic humor is out of this world, and an Asian chick who is too cool for school, and their daily endeavors dealing with a whimsical guest, an obnoxious chef, and a manager who can't seem to get his act together. So I wanted the servers to be dressed in modern day clothes, and most of it taking place at the restaurant or at the girl or guy's apartments. To fall in love is about as close to magic as we can get. The tingling sensation that you feel flowing through your body, or when your heart skips a beat every time that person walks into the room. If you want to feel that magic, then come enjoy Vibrations of Love, the musical, where a man falls in love with a woman who has recently lost her hearing. She grew up playing the violin and found that she could still feel the vibrations that music creates, and that's how she falls in love with the man who plays the piano, through the vibrations of music. So I wanted this to take place at his or hers mostly, and some other places like the Symphony or like downtown New York, and I wanted them to dress modern, and that's her violin. Unrequited love, deceit, humor, hurt, and love ultimately surround the characters in this play. Falling in love with the wrong people who aren't who they think they are. This is a classical play, Twelfth Night, where laughter, crying, and anger happen all at once. I really wanted to show this in its classical form. It's one of my favorite plays, and it really depicts how relationships form, work, and how they're funny. I really want to reach out to people of all ages so that they can see how tremendous, magical, and powerful love is. To make believers into achievers, I hope to show the audience that almost anything can be fixed with a little bit of love, patience, help from a friend or family, and a little bit of time. No matter how dark life gets, there's always a way out. The productions in themselves won't cost more than a few $1,000s. I want to keep the sets mostly simple to concentrate more on the emotions and interactions. I hope the board agrees to my season because who doesn't need a little magic in their lives?